Yeah, that's going to be an interesting question. I mean, the big thing for paiN Gaming is Big Uzera. Obviously, that's the massive name on this squad that needs to have an incredible game if they want to cause an upset. Opening up on paiN's map pick, so G2 gets to start on the CT side. G2, when they hit their peaks, when they play their best game, look like the best team in the world, in my mind. And we've seen that a couple of times in this tournament already. iTest is incredible with this squad. Malbs is looking more and more comfortable, better in this team as he builds into it.
And Hunter has had a great event so far. Looking crisp in this pistol round. It's the second kill locked in from Hunter. He now looks outside. Next victim will be NQZ or Lux, depending on who steps into the crosshair first, but it's the same result regardless. Nico stepping up, and Nico closes. What a pistol from the Cousins. It's 1-0, G2 up.
Man, this G2 lineup is in such a good position with how they've been playing to just dominate Counter-Strike at the moment. You have Nico back to playing his beautiful game. Historically the best rifler we've ever had, and he's got his game back beneath him after a slow start to CS2. Hunter's picked up, as you said, had a great event. m0NESY, obviously, what more needs to be said about him? And the fact that Malbs is contributing in the fashion that he is. This team is so dangerous, so many tools, so many weapons. And as much as you might like to root for that underdog story, and I enjoy watching paiN. I think paiN is a very cool team. I think G2's way too much for them.
Yeah, I mean, they were too much for the likes of Spirit. They beat Spirit 13-3, 13-1. They went on to play Astralis. They had a tough road to get to this last day of groups, and they beat Astralis 13-3 on Ancient, 13-1 on Dust 2. They lost the map to them, but this has been a tough journey for G2 to get to this point of the group stage, whereas other teams have maybe had an easier pathway. G2 certainly haven't.
You can look at it as tough, and then you can listen to those words of Nico of saying, you know, like not even like really acknowledging that it was tough in the sense of that's the wake-up call we needed. That gave us some tough conversations that made us kind of really focus up, and ever since then, they've looked rock solid. Yeah. Even better. I mean, you put out those score lines, and it's crazy to think, and okay.
You would be forgiven to think this is a pistol round still, but m0NESY knows he's going up against Glocks here, so sends that USP out for an easy headshot. He'll get his AWP out as early as possible in this map, and that's a scary sight.
I mean, m0NESY, in my mind, is the best player in the world, but with the way Nico's playing, at the moment, he might be up there in the top 4 or 5 players in the world as well.
Yeah, on current form, absolutely. Maybe had a bit
might even be number 2 at this point.
He's just he's so good at the moment. It's kind of crazy to think about. And I mean, I was listening to or we have a listen in here.
Remember what we said yesterday, guys, to treat them like we play against Spirit in Astralis. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they're just talking over there and saying that, you know, we need to make sure that we just keep reminding ourselves, guys, we're going to treat them with respect that we give Spirit and Astralis. But, you know, back at EWC, they were just the highlight team of that event, man. Even though they didn't get the win, they just had so many sick moments just because they have so many unbelievably skilled individuals on the roster.
And that was only their first form. Now we've got to see a little bit of an evolution between then and now as they've gotten used to playing with each other. And remember, the 2 trophies G2 won last year, Katowice and Cologne, the recipe was Nico, m0NESY, Hunter. All 3 of those players having good events at the moment, and I just jinxed them.
Yeah, m0NESY down first. It's a good opener here for paiN. Lux off the top of the silo, but the AWP, no, it's picked up. It's put in the grip of Nico. He's looking to clear outside with it. Oh, misses that first shot, now takes a bullet to the chest. Doesn't want to re-peek. It would be ill-advised to do so. And the leader of paiN, Big Uzera, getting himself in behind Credit Card, and he looks to swipe away. Malbs and Hunter, they line up for him. It's 1, not the second. Nico able to pull that pistol. Hunter goes down to Lux instead, and now they run right into Snacks, and the pole gets in their way. That is a bit wild from paiN to charge through that smoke, perhaps anticipating with the amount of players they've seen outside that would be a gap. Cal is climbing up, and oh, no scope for Nico.
Oh, and even Snacks gets away. Nico has actually abandoned his teammate. Not up in heaven any longer. Snacks can't win that fight. We've got a one-on-one, and Nico's got the op. He's got to swap out Shirley to an AK. Meanwhile, NQZ drops down to lower, and I don't know if Nico realizes this just yet.
Nico's off to an absolute heater, 6-0. Now a 1v1 required of Nico to keep this flawless start for G2. paiN looking to get on the board. NQZ silently climbs up onto the rafters. Nico's anticipating an aggressive play, but the longer he waits here, the less time he is going to have to clear the actual positions within the bomb site. And if he comes out of decon, that's exactly what NQZ is waiting for. He is hoping that Nico walks right into him. And it comes down to a timing, and now he knows Nico's there. Utility comes out, a strong position, so difficult to deal with, and NQZ will pull this clutch off and give paiN their first round.
Man, Nico with the op really thought that NQZ was going to back away and try and cross towards Secret. Never came back up towards Heaven. Snax got left on an island all on his own after his double kill in main. That could have been easily traded if Nico's up in Heaven, or even just posted up with the AWP. Maybe Snax didn't even get into the engagement, but a good win. And you can see some of the strengths of paiN in that round. The outside pressure, Big Uzera finding a seam, creating some chaos, and then also the player over in ramp room lurking. I think that was Cowez who goes up Heaven, and unfortunately, timing of it, Nico spots it out, able to get the off shot. But you can see that paiN is very good. The players are very good individually of taking opportunities when they present themselves on the map, when they sense them.
Well, G2 have stubbed their toe early on here, and they've gone for a timeout. You invested in the off from Monacy, it got nothing. It got destroyed instantly.
You can have it again. Snax drops one over to him.
And you'll get it back. You'll get a second attempt. Malves yesterday with the statement after the game. Also had the statement performance. He was really impressive yesterday against Astralis.
Seems to be very good specifically on Ancient. He seems to have found a nice little happy place on that T side.
He's got an MP9 to fight with in this round. Snax has to go to the 5-7, and you get the rifles in the hands of Nico and Hunter, and the AWP out from Monacy.
Awkward smoke outside for Nico to deal with. He's going to tell his teammates they can cross the Secret, and they can also get into Mini. I cannot secure Mini 100%. So G2 on high alert right now. Hunter's dropped down in towards lower. He's got a Molotov to delay when he sees anyone. It's Big Uzera first with the MAC-10.
Hunter laser focused on that gap. Deploys the utility to slow them down. They try and chase after him before Hunter can get away, but they can't stop him. His retreat was swift, and now Monacy going forward. Clearing out close angles at Squeaky Door, but walking through this threshold with the AWP is tough. It's risky, and so he posts up, and he waits patiently for Cowboys to come into his crossout. And now Monacy takes a step forward, right into that kill. So that's one for Monacy. First blood drawn for G2 as we hit the 50-second mark in this round. Hunter down lower, dinks immediately onto Big Uzera, but he's now getting thrust down low on health himself. He needs to get out of there. So swings open that decon door, gets back to safety, and paiN still charging.
Never reloaded. 7 bullets, but Snax 5-7 shuts down 1, and Snow can't handle it either. And G2 have gotten right back into this. Monacy's AWP, Hunter's M4, and positioning bring them to a third victory.
And that's got to feel like a missed opportunity for paiN, right? You get off to a decent start. You win that first gun round. You force G2 into a couple of compromised positions in terms of their buy. And unfortunately for paiN, unable to double up, and they're back down to weak money. This is giving G2 the start they desire now. 4-1 is guaranteed. It's just Glocks for paiN. Nico into the vent early on. Hunter feels emboldened, freed up with that MP9 to start testing the waters around that smoke, see if paiN have got into the smoke itself outside the doorway.
Yeah, as he should be. You know you have unarmored opponents with just pistols. Be a little bit aggressive with his money-making machine. Monacy takes a shot outside. First kill went towards ramp room. That's Mulbs. But yeah, there's really nothing to do for paiN except chit-chat about the next gun round coming in. I like that last round from G2 because, again, I mentioned they have so many weapons in terms of the players on their roster, but it's so good seeing them allow the players in the right position to make a play, not trying to get over-eager with just the pistols. Let your AWP be a player who makes the aggressive play in towards Squeak Door. Hunter's so smart down in Secret. And now they can't even get out in ramp room. Mulbs is going to clean it up. Quad kill, no, excuse me, 3 kills for Mulbs. Monacy takes 2. And it's a 3-round lead.
paiN Gaming getting their AKs out again. Khalil for Kalas. Everybody else going to be on an AK. We talked about Big Azara's in-game leadership over the years. He's been one of the most interesting players to talk about from the region. He's decided to stay with paiN. He feels like his lifestyle favors this project, and he's got some new talent to play with, but this is a big beast in front of him. It's Snax, just ripping them to shreds at the squeaky door. Cowboys and Lux both go down. 3 players left for paiN. And Snax is receiving damage through that CT vent, but the Juggernaut will stand. He'll stay alive for a little bit longer, and now he can cross out with that smoke up in his face and rejoin the rest of the defense inside of the site. paiN going nowhere at the moment.
No, not at all. Completely locked out. And plan A, plan B's been taken away from them, and now they've just got to figure out what to do in a 3v5. You know, you got to have a little bit of empathy for paiN. If you want to look at some of the biggest events we've had this year, Cologne right now in a match for the playoffs or elimination, going up against a very, very hot G2. You go back to the major in Copenhagen earlier this year as well. Their 2-2 match to qualify for either the playoffs or elimination was against Na'Vi, who would go on to win it. So this is a team that's doing a good job challenging against the best teams in the world, making runs so close to playoffs, and every single time they just get a behemoth on the other side of the server.
No different this year. Snow. He's about to come out of that squeaky door. Snax is back at the CT vent. He patiently waits for his time to strike out, and that headshot will connect. It leaves Snow alone. He finally gets off the goose egg. He gets himself his first kill of this game. But going anywhere else with this would be impossible with limited time, so he climbs up to the roof. He will save his AK-47, and this gives a scoreline of 5-1 for G2.
Yeah, and Hunter should be able to get a free upgrade as well, and for AK-47 there on Snax, who's 8-2 to start this map, leading the server for G2 in the first 6 rounds of play. And they're playing so composed and disciplined. You could, in that 5v3, nobody peeking,
yeah.
nobody pushing anything, just saying, we know you guys have to commit, we'll just wait.
I mean, when you look back in the history of G2, they've had some crazy upsets go against them in the past, right? They've missed out, they've had heartbreaking RMRs. They don't make it to majors because they lose to a team they really should never lose to. And so they've gained experience over these years and over these big tournaments, losing to underdogs, to learn that you must respect everyone, right? And you can hear that just being reiterated at the start of this game multiple times. Nico in the interview, then in the first few rounds we had to listen, and it's all about treating paiN with the respect that you give to Spirit and that you give to Astralis.
Oh, and also think about this too, like you get to the finals of EWC and you lose it in the finals, but you know, you come here, you take that loss, but everything else has just been an incredible performance. You delete Spirit out of the tournament, you delete Astralis out of the tournament. There's got to be a real sense within this G2 lineup that they're building to a championship level of performance, that this trophy is within their reach the more they go on. And when you have that kind of a focus that's on the trophy and feel like it's within your hands, every match you come into is going to be, you're going to be at the top of your game, the top of your focus. Nothing's going to knock you off.
It would be back-to-back Cologne championships for G2 if they were able to do it here. paiN attempting to get out and towards this upper bomb site. Snax just putting it at the back. It's an easy kill for him. Hunter able to step up with him, and we're not seeing paiN get anywhere with this one. It's controlled by G2 until 2 kills come in, and oh, Hunter runs out of bullets. That's an AK that had no ammo left regardless, and m0NESY comes in from heaven. 6 rounds now for G2. Money returns to the economy here of paiN. They can buy into the full buy, get NQZ on the sniper, and let's see what their T-side's got.
Yeah, let's see if they can cause some damage. They've been shut down really early a number of times to where it feels like they couldn't even play the mid-rounds a whole lot. A few times we have seen them get to like the mid-round stage. They've been able to find some things that worked. The aggression from Big Uzera credit earlier in the half, the little lurk in ramp room, but they need to have kills, they need to create chaos for those opportunities to open up. Snax listening for information, and Nico through the smoke is just straight up gonna shut down Big Uzera. No good rhyme or reason.
Tough one to have to deal with there, Big Uzera. Chance to claim it back on Hunter.
His teammate got one right back, but still no progress able to be made, and now Nico's gonna get frisky.
Kawes gets in behind that vent, swings out. Hunter loses the jewel. by 1 health.
Yeah, but the bombs dropped at the back of lobby, so this push is perfect to split things. Yeah, Kawaz is looking for it.
m0NESY's got it locked in though. Kawaz goes down, and it is now just 2 players for paiN. Under a minute left. Snow will look to join his teammate, but it's NQZ's all the way at garage. He's got an AWP, and he doesn't feel comfortable making the play with that sniper in hand.
Malbs is already downstairs as well in secret.
So it's a tough position to find yourself in here as m0NESY clears outside. He doesn't see NQZ. He was actually able to slip his way underneath the scope, but Malbs surely will look up and spot him. He didn't see him on his crosshair. Finally goes up, and that's one way to deal with it.
He didn't see him, but I heard the call from G2 shouting in the studio.
Dude,
you saw him, Heaven, you saw him, Heaven.
And then he calmly goes and takes the 1-tap, so good work from Mario. And now Snow is left in a 1v3. He'll tap and try to draw m0NESY into the open. It won't work. It will not be successful. Snow is taken down through the smoke by Nico. And it's very clean from G2 at the moment.
Yeah, round opens with a smoke kill by Nico, and it closes with a smoke kill by Nico.
Sure.
It's great symmetry. It all comes full circle. G2 looks like they haven't lost a step from some of the wins earlier in this tournament. Coming into this qualification game, firing on all cylinders.
The frantic calls. paiN outside, dodging the barrage utility to break apart those smokes. Nico feeling confident to fight. He's going to walk into the ramp and Malbs to be under pressure.
And m0NESY. m0NESY's here as well. And through the smoke, they can't make it. Eventually a kill comes in, a trade. m0NESY's not going to be shy about repeaking.
Oh, yeah.
And that's beautiful. Something for the highlight reel, something for the frag movie. It's just big Uzera.
And he'll climb up that vent. But there's nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. G2 are finding them out right now. 8-1. CT side continues to build here for G2, and for paiN, you just gotta feel pretty deflated at the moment.
It feels very obvious at the moment that paiN is incredibly outclassed. And part of, I mentioned some of the strengths of paiN that we saw, I think in like the first gun round, again, where that lurk came from ramp, where everyone kind of got lured outside, openings were created, big Uzera found a seam. To pull that off, you need some kills. And at the moment, it's not happening, especially in the early going. You need to be able to take someone off the map to create the opening. And G2 is just winning all these engagements that come in the first 20 seconds or so.
A little bit of speed thrown into the mix here for paiN, and it's a luxury to have him in main. It's Hunter and Snax both go down because Zara sends one bullet right through Nico. And this is paiN looking better than we've seen before in a gun round. 4v2. Malbs and m0NESY not really in a position to stop anything from happening here either.
Nice pick of the pace. Changing it up. Lux getting involved outside really, really quickly while big Uzera's dueling around a smoke turns in towards Mini. And G2, that's one part of the map they didn't have eyes on. They missed the timing of it. And those upper bomb site defenders got sold down the river.
Now, there's so much money and so many rounds to play with that this star duo are going to try and go for it, but stopped by Kawaz as he just swings around with that kill wheel. And paiN have something to be happy about, something to celebrate as the second round picked up.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that's a round that normally no one would go for, but there's so much money on G2 that even with taking those losses, they can just straight up buy for the last 2 rounds as well. It's all good. paiN trying to carve themselves out an opening to play with, enough rounds to play with in the second half. A little bit of frustration.
Guys, let's just chill. That silo? Nice, watch the now. Is everyone fine, guys? Yes, I'm fine in B.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration, you were saying that from Hunter perhaps, but I mean, it's just getting that negative energy out, Focus up for this next one. paiN hoping they can get 4 rounds on this T side. Two to collect left in this half. m0NESY trying to connect up big Uzera. He's got himself red. paiN had a speedy round in the previous, this time slowing it right down again. Lux forced off the top of main. It's not going to be an easy round here for paiN as they try and get it outside. m0NESY still waiting for that cross. Playing from Unbreakable this time, and that's a combination of Nico and m0NESY outside to try and deal with, and here they come right towards m0NESY. Miss shot. They get down with 1 second miss shot. m0NESY's repeat punish this time, and paiN have members down lower.
Yeah, they do. m0NESY's going to be real frustrated about those opportunities that go to waste. Thankfully, Snax is there, but Big User, I think he spotted Hunter? No, and all the sound cues, Hunter knows exactly what's happening, and Snax just sidesteps, blindly dodges. And they could never locate Big Uzera. He somehow found a kill, and all of a sudden, paiN has created the chaos they need. And they're in the upper bomb site.
Gonna molly out main. Snow to put the bomb down inside of the site. Nico, Mobs, and Snax. Not close to the bomb site just yet, but they've got time to play with.
They got money to play with, importantly. They go for this.
They don't have utility, really. Got 1 smoke on Nico.
That'll cordon off Big Uzera. Won't be able to get involved in their entrance on the way they work themselves into the bomb site. He'll have to find a new position.
Here they come. Snax to the front. He's the low HP player being forced in. That smoke dispersed with a grenade. Kawa is down to 10 HP, and it's all Nico. He's going to try and get towards the side here. Flash into the peak from Hut. Kawa gives him the chance now. Knows Nico's off it. Big Uzera took a step out, but time is ticking here for Nico. He needs a kill now, and he needs it right now. Big Uzera falls, but the time, it eludes Nico. He can't get back to that defuse, and that's paiN with their 3rd round picked up. They're making a half out of this if they can grab this last one.
Yeah, right at the end, they're grabbing what hope they can. Really well done in that round. Finally, they get to play an extended mid-round and move around the map and use some of those advanced positions to confuse G2. I think Nico might even win this if he gets the spam on this first salvo.
He runs out of bullets too.
Yeah, Big Uzera was just a little bit wide, but if he gets it with the M4, I think that's actually a 1 defuse. Nice attempt at the clutch. An NT from m0NESY, a fist bump, and here we go. Round 12, final of the first half.
Yeah, m0NESY still has that op. Yeah, gives away his life in the previous with the repeak, missing a couple of shots that creates that opening for paiN. But G2 want to leave this half with 9-3. The Brazilians battling for 4. Outside execute deploy from paiN. They'll put the smokes down early this time. m0NESY trying to stop anybody from getting down secret with utility. A different look this time from Big Uzera, and Nico, taking damage through the smoke. Snow will finish him off. Nico out of there.
Frustrating end of the half for Nico. Hopefully he's able, frustrating end of the half for G2. Big Uzera now able to have some success. 3v5. And paiN's already got a foothold in this upper bomb site. Kawa is out at the vent. Can be very deadly when he decides to peek, and there it is, just perfect.
m0NESY is still here, though. m0NESY is still at the back of the site, and he can make something out of nothing, rather, because he is blinded and held back, and the step's still coming towards him. m0NESY goes into the hut, and he hasn't seen anybody. paiN have got out of there. Jumping around the T-roof, that's sound cues from m0NESY. The Opera on the other side. Oh, the timing. And QZ was ready for m0NESY to be in the lobby somehow and had his scope out ready to go.
Really, really hard for m0NESY to do anything in that situation. Had to take that massive risk of pushing in towards Hut scoped up, but even at the end, even when he hears that drop and knows the potential is there, if he scopes the players over towards Squeak, will hear him. So he's trying to just hit the timing to get behind them before Snow works his way all the way around.
Well, Mobs will march into this fight. It is the last round of this half, but it is not going to end up in a 9-3 scoreline for G2. paiN do well to stabilize right at the end here. They now know where Mobs is. They'll send the grenade towards him. He'll fly up that ladder, but for paiN, it is 3 rounds in a row to round out this half. 8-4 G2 lead, but paiN still very much in this fight.
Hit and see. Hit and see hit. City went clear.
What's door?
Tetris.
Hard.
Cut.
Cut the door.
Nice door. You're solo.
Nice try,
Nico, блядь.
IEM, bro.
More bullets, he'll kill him, no?
Quarterfinals or elimination on the line for one of these two teams. Map 1, it's 8-4. paiN Gaming locked out of most of that first half, but they clawed 3 rounds back right at the end, giving them a chance as they switch over to the CT side. But can they hold back this G2 onslaught?
Yeah, that's going to be the question. It's going to be a very tough task. This pistol underway. Nico fighting outside. P250 at range, just straight through the skull of NQZ. Kawaz also falls at the hand of Hunter. And this was the duo that destroyed the pistol round in the first half, and Monacy's already at heaven.
Yeah, this sucks for paiN. 3v5, they have control of outside, have control of heaven, already wrapping in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Oh, baby. Yeah, you push lobby, you get some safety, but you find nothing. And G2's quiet on the map. They're going to let you move around before they make their final play.
They're very quiet right now. Nico is at secret.
I think they want to investigate a little bit more. I think they might want Nico to make contact with somebody before they commit, but this is giving a lot of time for paiN to move and figure out what's happening and creating some odd timings. Oh, Monacy's on top of it though.
Yeah, Monacy having a look down below, sees his opponent in front of him.
No bomb spotted just yet.
Yeah, it was very quick start to the round, very slow finish here for G2, but regardless, they are going into this A-bomb site. Monacy descends down, snaps his ankles as he goes, and bigazera knows exactly what's coming at them. They're in the site. The bomb plant coming in for G2. And it hasn't looked like it's got much better here for the side of paiN in this pistol. Nico's still looking for these lower players, and Snor's actually managed to get into the vent.
I was going to say, if they actually go for the retake and he goes up the vent, that's a gap that he might be able to get 1 or 2 kills on if they aren't looking, because Nico's down there, so they might expect it to be covered, but paiN decides to back away. Yeah. Save the armor, save the pistols, and try again.
Exits. And that was almost like the sucker punch came in instantly at the start of the round that sort of forced this outcome out of paiN. No one from G2 making any mistakes, and paiN with the lack of killer instinct wanting to go for any of those plays to get back into the pistol round, and it's 9 rounds to G2.
It's fun when you watch G2 on like that pistol round. Like you can just see they're letting their individuals just bully paiN. Like Nico there's no cares in the world, very fast towards red, peeking out towards heaven, spots him at a weird fight. Same with the garage guy. But like, look at the way he just slides into it. Like someone else might hide a little bit first and take their time, and Nico's like, oh, good.
I wanted you to fight me.
I wanted to target.
Yeah, I want to fight. And it works out very well. So paiN Gaming going for an investment here into the second round. They've got MP9 on Lux, 2 FAMAS, dual Berettas, 5-7. That's what paiN have to work with here. If they concede this, G2 will be up to 10. Their money will be broken. It's likely 11 rounds here for G2, so a lot thrown into this for paiN.
Good setup, though, from paiN. bigazera in the garage with the FAMAS.
NQZ, if he sends his head up to the top of those stairs, Hunter is waiting for it.
Ready to deploy smokes. Wall is going to come out right now, so NQZ is going to get some action. He's got a teammate, Snow, joining up with him just behind, a different timing, a little bit of space.
Oh, Joe Beretta is not exactly the greatest weapon for this, but if he can sell out the position of his teammate with a FAMAS, but Nico hard clears it, hard checks it, and that's G2 just crushing this defense on the lower side. bigazera's got a flank on, though.
That's a really nice timing as well. Nobody's looking for it. Oh, he can change this round.
He can absolutely change this round. Hunter in front of him. First kill is good. He couldn't get towards decon, but his teammate Kawaz, as long as he can delay and keep G2 pinned behind that decon door, this round is still on for paiN Gaming. 5-7 with a headshot. And bigazera gets himself into the vent. Lux has got the right read to stick around because Monacy's about to fight him. And Monacy wins that fight with a Galil, which really does assist G2 in collecting their 10th round. It's double figures for the T side.
Good patience from G2 as well.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about the plant, despite the fact that they probably know they have the bomb site and just saying, we know there's one more round here. Who cares about the plant? There's 40 seconds. Let's focus on the kill and make sure that we don't have any danger. Great clear from Nico as well. Because everyone else is speeding up and escalating, and Nico's like, I'm checking everything.
I'm going to clear everything. I don't trust you.
I'm leaving anything to chance today.
Yeah.
Clean, boys. Clean. Let's go. Let's go.
Very good. Sick round, boys.
clean indeed. Now a chance to extend that lead to 11. As paiN Gaming have basically nothing here. They run into the vending machines. And they get dispatched. It is now G2 looking for 11 with ease. Currently going on the other stream, and it's getting loud over there. It's Na'Vi versus Saw. That is both of those teams into the playoffs already, but that's a fight for who's going to the semis, who's going to the quarterfinals. Saw could be in a semifinal if they beat Na'Vi, but Na'Vi looking really strong in this tournament.
Yeah, they absolutely are. A lot of the big dogs looking strong in this tournament. Vitality and ZywOo are looking good.
Yeah, that's true.
G2's looking good. Na'Vi's looking good. It's going to be a battle in those playoffs. G2 heading towards ramp room. 5v3, taking it slow, being quiet, checking everything, and m0NESY is going to grab the head of NQZ, brought down to 6 health. It's going to be 11-4. And that's kind of, I think, you know, you talk about the team when you see them win a round clean, good round, boys. Look, we all know how sketchy the T side of Nuke can get if you let it. And they're saying we have such an advantage right now. Don't let anything slip away. Don't let them get back into this. Don't give up the advantage we have in terms of weaponry, in terms of economy. And paiN have really never really been able to get going in this game. They gave themselves a chance by winning the last 3 rounds of the first half, but unable to build upon that late success.
And it will very quickly prove to not be enough. They're even hunting Kevlar. Merciless from G2. Having a good time in the G2 camp?
Not in the paiN camp.
No, it is paiN.
No jokes. No jokes being told. No giggles.
Nope. I don't think there really is room for that at the moment.
You go forward behind the red, you wait till they double blow the smoke for fixed, then you sneak to secret before we bomb.
Okay. Double behind red, wait for them to blow the smokes, and then cross the secret. Let's see how it plays out.
This is it for paiN.
Well, there's no nades to blow the smoke.
Yeah.
So how long does G2 wait before they just say, oh?
Keep waiting for the smokes. Snack said wait. Gotta listen to the big man.
Trying to throw a little bit of a fake towards the upper bomb site, trying to show a little bit of pressure there. Molotov top hut. And G2 all sneaks down across the smokes. They disappear before Mobs makes it, but nobody there to spot him. Snack's ready to make his dive down vents.
And Snow looks to try and stop that from happening, but Snacks will make it down and silently does so.
It's one of the OG pioneers of this kind of a play.
Snacks, the sneaky player. And the rest of his teammates coming through secret.
And will paiN have the discipline when they realize that secret has been taken to not rotate through vents? Because Lux is so passive that they have to assume vents is lost.
And will he lose his life in this fight versus Nico? No. Lux holds on. And that sucks for Nico. Now they know how deep G2 are inside of the site. Lux makes a leap forward. The jump will cost him. Vigazera doubling up, keeping his team in this fight. In fact, putting them ahead because Snacks is on 3 HP. Bomb plan coming in from m0NESY. He's out of commission as Snacks bodyguards him back to safety. m0NESY only has a Galil at the moment, but he altered into the M4. He's just like, you stay out there, Snacks. You stay out there and fight, buddy. I got this. m0NESY's in the vent now. M4. And he snuck all the way to those double doors. It's wide open. Tap on that defuse. That'll start to cause a few problems here for G2. A little bit of panic. m0NESY's forced into the open, and paiN able to recover it. Big Gazera, you gotta say, that multi-kill at control room, that's the moment that makes the big difference for paiN.
Yeah, really solid. And I mean, the kill on Nico kind of telegraphs the play. There's nothing else on the map. It's been quiet for so long, and you get Nico creeping down solo towards Decon. And that made paiN kind of scratch their heads and say, something fishy's happening. Cowes shifted down as well. So good kill from Lux to start things off. And G2 could never work themselves back into the round. A plant though, and they've got plenty of money. So they come right back into it with the full buy. 5 AKs, full of utility. There we go.
The little guy makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, there we go. Get hyped
impressive.
up.
It's very impressive.
Let's see if that's the moment that paiN start coming back into this. Down by 6.
There's the nade. Doesn't actually break them that much though outside. G2 once again, crossing with a pack of 4 players. Ooh, paiN. It was perfect. Just not enough bullets to drop m0NESY.
Again, they don't spot anything.
Oh, yeah.
Unconfirmed cross, but paiN is going to drop down vents regardless.
paiN taking a few steps forward. Oh, timing. Will he be ready for this? G2 about to peek in towards him. Nico, the front of the attack, sees paiN inside of the vent, and now he goes into the re-peek. You once seen Nico, now m0NESY. Not much easier whatsoever, so that headshot locked in. 4v4, bomb going down this time for G2. And there's no multi-kill to keep paiN in this fight. In fact, Kawa is nearly losing his life. This is a tough retake now for paiN.
They're going to test it. I mean, 5-11, you have to take a risk somewhere, and I think this is the one they've called over towards Secret. Malbs could shut this down right now.
Yep, well, he's blasted out of there. Kawa has also took a grenade to the face, and limited time will start to tick on, and I think paiN are starting to realize their chances are thinning out. They're not getting closer to the bomb site, and they're going to start backing away. This will concede 12 rounds to G2. Map point against paiN. They've got the dreams of overtime, but realistically, this is G2 just taking a step closer to victory on Nuke.
I wonder if there was some kind of communication or something happened on the map to make paiN fall back to vents like that, because that's a really tough way to defend that part of the map, especially when you don't have a teammate with you. He could have played that like slight angle and dropped that smoke. But falling back towards vents, once you see them, you don't have a chance to deploy the smoke, and you're boxed in once they've crossed. Your only peek is from that same spot, and m0NESY was just holding it. A 7-round lead now, and a timeout for paiN. A strong buy to try and continue fighting here on Nuke. Up in the hands of NQZ, M4s and AKs across the board otherwise. But they might want to think about adapting the defense to provide a little bit more resistance. 2 rounds in a row, G2 is able to cross all the way to Secret, with nobody slow them, nobody to stop them.
How likely do you think it is we see G2 go for that heavy outside presence again, though? Because surely you're expecting an adaptation from paiN out of that timeout.
I think we'll just see him take maybe a slower pace. Actually, nope, I'm wrong. They're going for an upper hit.
You want to go into this top site.
I'm wrong again. They're going to double pump it.
Flash ready for Nico. Here comes that second pump. Will it be the effective one to knock paiN down on their map pick? It's Lux to hold on. Snow does well. Won't melt away in that fire. And G2's A-side attack has not really worked out for them. Nico goes for the swing out squeaky. m0NESY the only one getting a kill here for G2, and this round goes nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's a 6th round for paiN.
Yeah, that initial thrust is just stalled out completely. Couldn't find the targets around the smokes inside the bomb site. Defenders do a really good job. Kills are important. They matter a lot for G2. Hunters try to keep as much attention towards Hut and Squeak Door as possible while m0NESY works his way outside. I think Kawez does have eyes on it from the Hut boxes.
You can never feel comfortable calling a round over when it's G2. Hunter and m0NESY looking to create some space. 35 seconds to try and pull this one back.
m0NESY might be going for the long heaven play, but really running low on time for it. And now that Hunter's gone down, it's going to be a save from m0NESY. So back away into CT spawn, and a really good victory for paiN with 4 players surviving, so they get to keep weapons, they get to keep money and build that up. But they have no more mistakes to give. Oh, is he just going to come try and get kills?
Well,
interesting.
Definitely looks like it, and Lux has eyes on heaven. Nothing saved for G2, and no damage inflicted by Hunter or m0NESY. Money is in a weird spot on a couple of players here for G2. So we'll be intrigued to see what kind of purchase they're able to put together here. So they've got a timeout, just get that extra few seconds to work with and figure that out as well.
If they buy, it'd be 3 AK-47s, Probably 2 upgraded pistols, maybe a MAC-10, so that Snacks and Malbs can have utility. Taz and Snacks, old teammates, major winners together on the old Polish Virtus Pro roster back at IEM Katowice.
Must be funny for Snacks, sorry, Taz to stand behind Snacks while he plays and he's the coach this many years on. 10 years after their major win in Katowice.
I believe it was called EMS1 Katowice back then.
Yeah, that's old. I just say Katowice though. I saved myself from all the branding.
I should have done that, yeah. that's the experience that you have.
It's all these years I got on you, Jason.
Okay, the vent drop, and m0NESY finds a kill through the ramp smoke. All of a sudden, G2 have the avenue they need to split the slower bomb site, and it's oddly enough so quickly paiN who's locked out. NQZ has something to say about it though. Molotov's in, he goes for the peak regardless, and he's not getting away. A utility barrage as he goes 1 for 1. And another retake scenario, but again, you've got Snacks with the MAC-10 able to harass and vents.
And he operates very well in these tight areas. So he comes out of the vent, although he's focused on that first player instead of thinking about a second coming in behind. So Snacks gets taken out. G2 now with a 3v3 post plant to take map 1. paiN have thrown everything into their map pick. To prolong this fight on Nuke, they must win this retake scenario. Malbs loses half of his health by utility. m0NESY off the top, but it leaves it all on Malbs, and he just shuts it out. G2 take map 1 versus paiN Gaming. The Brazilians lose their map pick, and this battle gets much, much harder for the Brazilians as we move into the second. G2 looking for the Lanxess. And pistol rounds have been so good for G2 today. Nico and Hunter in particular looking very, very sharp, and that's what they're going to have to deal with here, paiN Gaming on that defense early on. It's a simple call for G2. They're gathering up all their forces outside of B to start.
The Cathedral of Counter-Strike is 1 map away for G2. If they close this out, they make it into the playoffs, into the quarterfinals. Lux looking for an early spot. Smoke to drop, but G2's going to ignore it on their path. This is all forward from here on out.
m0NESY descends out of the window into the site, flashes up, making it uncomfortable for Lux. He'll take a few steps back, and now he's pressured and finally cleared out by m0NESY, who doesn't stop. He begins to fire up. It's Bugazera, the second player down for paiN. Bomb is planted, and paiN thinking about a retake, but they're locked out for now. There's no one coming in from apartments. There's no one coming in from short. They're all stuck inside of market.
And this smoke that locks them out is so painful. They have no kit to use. Once this clears, if they go for this so little time, and m0NESY's position creates multiple different crossfires.
Yeah, and there's just so many obstacles you've got to get past. First is m0NESY. They deal with him eventually, and oh, a follow-up kill too. But the time, again, is the limiting factor, and so are those bullets from Snacks.
Everyone peeks off m0NESY's contact. Look how much space G2 creates when they get that bomb site. They just push all the way forward. m0NESY taking market as well. Malbs jumping through the smoke to make sure Lux can never be comfortable. And that is a very fast swarm of the site. 1-0 for G2. Scout on NQZ for this round. MP9 on Kawez. Upgraded pistols, the other 3. paiN is full bought into this second round as Malbs works his way up catwalk again with pace. It's fast.
Bullet to whiz past Malbs. He's already passed it though. He's already up short. And he's going to try and just jump around this corner, make it uncomfortable and uneasy for Lux to make something happen. But Snow straight through that smoke. Nips one back here for the side of paiN. It's chaos, but it's all G2.
Round looks like matchmaking almost. Like Malbs is just jumping around in the open like, these guys can't hit me. I'll be fine. It's all good.
Someone's pushing smoke.
Yeah.
Someone's here. It's chaos, but G2 happy with the fact they only lost 1 player, and that's Snacks. Kawez is coming in from the apartments. Nico has the right read, and he's got m0NESY with him. And
that's why the players gave him a score of 5 on the aim.
Yeah, definitely. I look at kind of the overall stats of Nico, and everything was kind of maxed out. So that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it is. Very reasonable.
He's like max level. For paiN Gaming, not a lot of money, not a lot of anything. It's about to be a 3-0 start here for G2 on Mirage.
Yeah, it really is. A couple of MAC-10s also. I expect we'll see another pretty aggressive, faster-paced round with Snax and Hunter leading the way. They know it'll be unarmored USPs and unarmored pistols. Stack at the B-bomb site for paiN. All 5 members here. G2 gonna walk up quietly, not fast-paced, making sure they don't get caught out by any push. The question is, will they investigate the stack? If things start going south or they get stalled out or slowed down, it'll be Hunter's job over in Connector to give them an escape route.
Malbs looks to heat things up for Lux. It's an easy kill for Malbs. They're going to start limiting the positions these CTs can play. Snax is pushing up short now as well to join the rest of his squad through those apartments.
And Hunter's already calling, I'm already in jungle, I've seen nothing. So don't be afraid to fall back, don't be afraid to not end here. Snax is fight till you die, and the boost up is going to catch him. But G2's already bailing out to the other side of the map because Hunter's got position.
They play this perfectly against the eco. They know how to dodge those stacks. And G2 will march their way into the A-bomb site. Bomb ready to go down off the back of m0NESY. And they're just making sure they aren't getting caught by anybody. They'll go through those details, and m0NESY eventually puts that bomb down, and we're now looking at 3-0 for G2.
I assume Hunter will go on a little bit of a hunt with this MAC-10. He's going to want to upgrade in the next round, maybe go get yourself some extra bonus money. And that might be the only excitement. That will be the only excitement we have left in this round is the hunt.
Yeah, well, the Bloodhound smells his first victim. Cow is taken out by that MAC-10.
So paiN better get started quick. I think you get wiped out of Nuke like that. And again, like they really, really struggled to get anything positive going consistently on that map. They didn't have a whole lot to celebrate. Here on Mirage, you need a bit of a hot start on this CT side.
When you put it this way, you have one map left in Cologne. If you lose a map, you're out of Cologne. And you've got to play G2 on Mirage. Like it's pretty rough.
It's a tough prospect. That's kind of why I mentioned, you know, they've had some good runs in tournaments, and they always get to this point, you know, it's some of the bigger ones where it's like, got to play one of the top dogs to cross over into the playoffs.
And that's how it should be.
And they haven't been able to break through that barrier yet. AWP out on NQZ. Big Uzera is going to be joined with him in jump out window. m0NESY's got an AWP of his own. Heavy mid-emphasis for paiN to start this round. 4 players focus here.
Oh, good start here for the side of paiN. It's Big Azera to drop Nico. But look at Malbs accelerating through this A side. He's got Hunter in behind him. Snow inside a connector. He acts as a distraction to set up Cowes from the back of triple, and he'll eventually get traded out by the sniper of m0NESY. 3v4. As paiN hold the player advantage for the time being, and the bomb isn't down, and there's a huge opening. A CT that m0NESY didn't seem to be ready for. He just walked into the open and went down. So, stalled out our G2, and
Malbs almost hit that perfect timing, wrapping around Khan. Oh, good jump from Lux. Snax realizes he's spotted. The play is no longer available to him unless he can find this kill. Khan is attacking into him. He's got 2 players focused in his direction. Meanwhile, Hunter has picked up the bomb. He's wrapping around, going to head towards the B bomb site. Snax needs to just stay alive and be a nuisance. No smoke for Khan to cross up catwalk. But a little bit of firepower forces Big Uzera off the angle. NQZ gets it a little late. So it's on Lux.
Hunter's got that kill. Yeah, that's a huge opener now. The bomb can go and plant for short. Snax can play this post-plant position if he can get up into shorts. Hunter, though, can't go down instantly. He gets that plant down, and he stays alive, and he knows he wants to fight, but he can't win them. He can't win that duel, and now Snax is left alone in short side. This becomes incredibly difficult for Snax. He needed that kill quickly, and now that he doesn't have it, the peek from the AWP comes in, secures the round for paiN. And eventually it is secured. It was a couple of moments there where you start to wonder, are Hunter and Snax going to be able to pull this one away from them?
I think they actually gave themselves a really good chance getting into that B bomb site with the plants. I mean, I think, you know, at that stage, you're kind of throwing out, you're given a lot of individual freedom to make plays. Hunter could have played that a little bit more passively and waited for Snax to come up catwalk to set a crossfire, but felt like he was in a position where he could get one more kill. Was always going to be a tough round for G2. They tried to take advantage of the fact that when Nico goes down in middle, he sees 3 people fighting. And that quick reaction up A ramp was just a little chaotic and a little disorganized. Similar setup again.
Cowis for the peek out into Monacy. Off the top of the stairs, he's now gone. Snow breaking that vent. Snacks had eyes on it, couldn't quite get rid of him. When G2 stay focused on this A-side attack, Mob's just catching Big Observer on the start of that smoke. It's not the start that paiN would have hoped for, and now they're completely locked out. They can't get back into this.
They just basically ran the exact same round again. This time it's Monacy to get the pick on stairs. And then the entire defense has nowhere to go except TopCon and jungle. Ruthless when they sense weakness, G2. And now up 4-1. Save call came out so quick, though, they won't be very motivated to hunt. They know there's going to be a very strong setup to prevent the guns going down. So paiN with these 3 weapon saves, Snow will be able to drop a rifle over to a teammate. Another good buy for paiN in the next round. That would be their last rifle buy if they get eliminated. But this half feels very much like it's just teetering on the edge, much like Nuke, of an overwhelming run to start the map. Taz getting the boys hyped up.
Yeah, he's doing as much. Yeah, he's doing a lot there.
That's all you need to do as a coach.
Just scream.
Yeah.
Is that what you?
Just like that.
Sure.
So if you want to be a Counter-Strike coach,
That'd be beautiful and bold. That's what it is, Jason.
there is something special about that, isn't there?
There really is. A lot of authority.
Taz digging deep back to his player days. Now he's having the real conversation. Hype them up and then keep them focused.
Also let paiN hear that one.
Playing right in front of the trophy they're all chasing.
That trophy will make its way to the Lanxess Arena. Probably tonight. And we'll know everybody who is heading to play there and challenge for it. Currently ongoing is Saw versus Na'Vi. That'll be a challenge to the semi-finals. Winner goes to semis, loser to quarters, and in this game, only the quarterfinals or bust available.
Back to the A-bomb site again.
And it's
Snacks the lone middle player.
It's a quick jump up from Snow out of that window. NQZ is going to bring that AWP over to watch in towards his ramp play, and Mobs just walks right through Kawais. Nico cut off the top of the stairs.
1 for 1, but if they know it's an op, once the smoke wall comes up, they're going to feel very, very safe. Blocking off vision, Molotoving to make sure nobody can run through, and paiN is scrambling to get this defense in the correct position. This half is going exactly how Snacks want it. Abuse this A bomb site a couple of times. We've seen Snacks love to do that over and over again. You prove you can take it with impunity, and then you can start getting creative.
Yeah, but that kill from Snow evens out these numbers at
Hunter's
3 to 3,
dead.
and that grenade is going to land right on Hunter, takes him out, but they won't know about the second player. Snacks here at the firebox because of that kill. Will this go unlooked? Will this go unchecked? Monacy trying to defend the pathway forward, and Snack just stays pinned down. Time will start to tick on this defuse for paiN. If they want to get back into this, they need that kill. And Monacy with a flick up, he goes for the repeak. That repeak is punished, but remember Snacks, he pulls the knife out. Little slices from Snacks, and that's enough for 5 rounds for G2.
Look at Monacy clutching his chest as well. Just happy to get the W. Snacks with a knife. A nod of the head, just another day in the office. And you're exactly right. That nade kill on Hunter set Snacks up to win the round the whole way. But my God, that flick from Monacy up is so fast.
We'll get to see it again, but here's Hunter going down, and then Snacks realizes what that would mean to him, so he gets his knife out and uses that for the defuse. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's from Monacy's perspective.
I don't know if he's relieved about the round being won or relieved about that shot that he hit.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, you would imagine.
He was like, ooh, that guy scared me.
And QZ, he's got the AWP still for his side. The paiN aren't really showing enough of a fight here, unfortunately, and that boost, it's a great piece of ingenuity to get the kill on Snacks.
Up the A ramp again, one more time. G2 just setting this up, letting paiN feel like this A bomb site just can't be defended. Nico's got the off down. Killed from Catwalk. He'll call that out. Big Uzera has no safety, but all of a sudden, Snow and paiN are in this.
Oh, but grenade goes in. Big Uzera down and out. And yep, well, it's Snow and Lux left in this 2v2, but that flying through the T-spawn, that's the move that could win the round, but they seem to be aware.
Yeah, they're going to have eyes on it because there's no danger coming elsewhere.
And Lux is just around that corner, waiting for Hunter to come towards him. Lux doesn't win it. Can't pick up that fight versus Hunter. Great clearance. And now Snow comes off the top of the stairs. He's got a flash left right into the waiting arms of Monacy. He will smite him down with the AWP. It is 6-1. G2 just racking up T-round wins, making it look quite comfortable.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the moment that they switch things up, G2. Like, how many times do you feel like you need to condition A before you abuse elsewhere? How many, like, where do you read that paiN is going to finally make the adjustment to maybe add a third player there?
Understand this one. Last sober. Nice!
Nice, John. We'll be team who knifed the most on one.
Nice.
Happy about that one, and straight into the fight straight away. Monacy misses that one, but Mob's unleashed.
Yeah, good calms. Monacy saying he's out in the open. He's out in the open. Mob's ready for the peak.
Shadow of Big Azera might just give him away, and Mario doesn't stop. He jumps over the top. Goomba stomps NQZ, and he wants a little bit more from this.
Dude.
Smoke goes up to the connector. That locks out paiN, and once again, it's A after A hit after A hit. Snacks on the lurk. He's pressuring them at B. He's caught by Lux, but this round's over.
Dude, all they have to do is walk up ramp. With the cover of Monacy's up, Mulb's on the entry, there's just no fear.
It's starting to get unfair, isn't it?
I'm starting to feel bad.
I mean, this is something that we got to see at EWC. The first taste of Snacks' in-game leadership. We got to see that he's stubborn with his calling.
Like, well, I don't think stubborn would be the way I'd put it. Although I understand why you say that. Like, what you're referring to is the ancient game where they went to the A-bomb site like 4 or 5 rounds
Perhaps
straight.
persistent.
Well, it's part of the mind game, right? Like, are we really going to call that tactic 3 times in a row? Are we going to do it 4 times in a row? And you start setting up like the second guesses. And all this time, by the way, Big Uzera is thinking, like, we kind of need to put an extra player here. We need to shore up this defense, but I know there's going to be some point where G2 call mid-control, and then we won't have the players there to stop that, and then we're in a different kind of trouble.
My favorite part about all of this is when I was younger, just lying watching that old VB team at home, you know, just watching how they would play. They would get into this momentum where they would just keep calling the same thing over and over again until you stop them. And that was, you know, when you look back, it was the Snacks, the Taz combo that were doing that, and it's good to see it here in 2024 in G2.
And at the same time, maybe we're thinking too deep on it. Maybe, you know, Snacks and the rest of G2 are just like, they can't handle us. Like, it's not that we need to play mind games. We don't need to play mind games. We're that much better. Let's just keep destroying them until they prove that they can handle it. And at this point, 7 rounds in, when G2's done that same thing like 5 times, 6 times in 9 rounds, I don't think there's any victory that paiN could have that would dissuade them. Here's that mid-control change. No one at A ramp this time. No challenges. One boosted up into the vent for ladder room. Can a brother get a flash?
Yeah, sure. Here goes Malms. He'll flash him in. Off you go, Snacks. There's a perfect flashbang. What else do you want from Malms?
And paiN just got to feel like they're being pulled in every different direction. Smoke towards market window is going to pull NQZ over, but there's no commitment behind them. G2 just forcing out whatever counter utility remains. Applying pressure so that paiN think that there's 2 or 3 points on the map under attack. And once again, they found the weak points.
It's A again.
This time through Khan, and it's only Kawa's defending. Big Uzera is slowly creeping back.
Kawa's place him underneath wood. There's going to be limited time when G2 eventually go for this. 35 seconds on the clock.
All the rotations coming over now. paiN have put it together, or at least made a gamble, the correct gamble.
Yep, Big Azera. He's arrived. He's at the ticket box, and oh no. The defender under the wood leaves his position at the wrong time. Biggest error cleared out. NQZ, the relentless force of G2 players running right at him. It's another round as G2 just keep piling on the pressure.
Yeah, there's nothing paiN can do. This is good patient calling. This is a skill gap individually. Beautiful trading from G2. Beautiful team cohesion. Nice flashbang from Malbs. And at this point, I think because they've just won so overwhelmingly and convincingly, I don't think paiN players who have just been getting battered are willing to contest.
Well, they're going to run up mid. Will they be able to get past m0NESY? Oh, well, maybe if a teammate stands in front of m0NESY, that might help, certainly will. And not much at all. Yeah, Hunter gets traded, and it's shut down in mid. So paiN throw another different look into the CT side. It's handled by G2.
At least they lost this one on their own terms, you know?
True, true. I wasn't like just sitting back and G2 just pummeling them. You met them in battle.
They made the decision.
Yeah.
That's how we wanted to go out. Swinging in mid.
There's a bit of honor in that.
Nico's just waiting up in Palace. Small sliver gap, fraps.
Dude, based on how Saw are playing in this competition, that opening game doesn't really look that bad anymore from G2. And from that point onwards, it's looking pretty sick from G2. Like, they have just destroyed Team Spirit, destroyed Astralis, and now doing the same to paiN. This is a scary G2. This is a very exciting G2.
I mean, all the conversation at events, you know, whether it's the overall big picture of the Counter-Strike circuit or even these biggest events, the majors, the Colognes, the Katowices, it's about for these teams talking about peaking at the right moment. You can go through your struggles in the group stage, but certainly G2 has powered up to a point where heading into the playoffs, who would you predict to beat them? And if you're the rest of the teams in the playoffs, you're like, well, we get a day or two off. Like, hopefully they cool down.
Yeah, the thing is, they get better in the arena quite often.
Oh, they don't think NQZ is here.
They're not looking for him.
He could stop this plant.
Well, he's going to try, but that bomb plant is already through. m0NESY will leave the smoke. Now NQZ's position given away. In the meantime, NQZ has lost his only teammate, his only friend in this world. But both remaining G2 players are at least damaged. 26 health left on Nico.
That's actually a really smart smoke to give Snacks cover.
Oh, yeah, it makes it uncomfortable because now NQZ... Oh, Snacks looks at the little gap under the wood. And then Nico made that quick rotation around CT. So they outplay them, and they win the 9th round.
Taz having the time of his life right now.
Just sitting there having a great time as the coach. He's
stress-free,
like, getting ready for picking out which outfit he's going to wear, the line set. Oh, wait.
We all show up to work every day hoping it's a stress-free day. Taz has been getting that this afternoon. He's been getting that the past few days.
Yeah, true.
I'm mostly joking. There's obviously a lot of stress that goes into the preparation and the lead-up, but once the game begins, it's nice to get to laugh.
Yeah, you get to walk around just looking at some of the talent you've got on display in front of you like that. You know, m0NESY just getting into the early B position with the spawn. Lux gets boosted up. m0NESY is already there. There's got to be just a feeling of like, what can we do if we're paiN?
This is the definition of like a throw in the towel kind of a match.
Yeah, it's like they're just getting pummeled against the ropes over and over again.
I'm not even trying to bash on paiN. Just the G2 is hitting a peak right now that they are not prepared for, not geared up for.
Once again, G2 search for an A finish. The setup here designed to deal with this attack is kawez. They've also got NQZ out towards ticket box to this AWP. Nico is going to leave Palace in a moment. kawez, he's been unfortunate at times in terms of when he decides to leave Underwood and quite often getting caught in the open by G2 players. Here comes Nico. Once again, that timing does not work for NQZ, and then also kawez gets caught in the open. So 2 clean entries from G2, no trade potential from paiN. They're on B, and they're going to save for the last round. There's 2 rifles, so...
It's impossible to play against this G2 right now if you're paiN, if you lose that first kill in like the first 20 seconds, the way that m0NESY got that pick. Like, you're already struggling enough as it is, but playing 4v5 for a minute and a half is like... G2 just goes quiet, moves around the map. You no longer know where they are. Every time you've tried to push in this half, you've been punished, you've been killed, so you don't really want to do that. Every time you've waited in a setup and engaged against a G2 attacker, you've been eliminated, so you don't want to do that.
What I love about G2 at the moment is just like how dialed in and disciplined
they feel right now. You know, they're mauling their opponent. They're hunting the save down, and they're going for every percentage. And they started this map talking about it in the pregame interview. Then we got the team comms in the first few rounds. Let's treat this game with the most amount of respect as possible. Let's win this as dominantly as we can.
I think the words was, let's treat this the same way we treated the Spirit game.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there wasn't many rounds won against them in the Spirit game. So they're doing the same treatment against paiN Gaming at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that easy, why don't they just do that every map?
Yeah, it's true. Why? Yeah, they might be onto something here.
Look, the way this game started with all those A hits from G2 just walking up ramp and getting kills, Malbs and Modesty combined are 6 and 1 in opening kills, and those were the two players primarily attacking that A ramp. They set the tone for this half.
So Nico went to try and open up on the A bomb site with a secondary sniper. He's now got an AK. He's coming back to track that big Azera lurk, but G2 are challenging in towards the B bomb site. They've charged their way into this. The two first kills that are picked up are paiN kills. Nico got killed on the flank, so they've got to be aware that big Azera eventually will want to come either from middle or the apartments, but they've got themselves into the bomb site.
Well, it's good they got those 2 kills because this is especially cruel. Finally, the switch up in the tactics, that conditioning towards the A bomb site comes out in round 12, and there's only 1 defender there. Why the hell would paiN expect that?
Yeah, it's true. And now they've got to close it. 3 versus 4, the best chance that paiN have had here in a long time. They have no kits for this retake. And Malb stands and fights. He plants his feet. Utility comes in just as they were gearing up to go around that corner. And Malbs just takes that first kill on Koalas, and now it's all falling apart completely. G2 with a 2v2, time ticking. They sprint into the final fights here. paiN have only got big Azera left, and the only thing they experience in this first half is absolute pain. As big Azera runs out of time, it is G2 with 11 rounds, and they are staring at those open doors. The cathedral awaits for G2. It's just a matter of time.
I can volley and the nade. Let me nade and volley on the left.
One strong, one speaking. One
Yeah.
more to the right.
1 HP rush, I think. To the right.
Nice, guys, good job.
Perfect, boys. Keep it going.
The reigning champions will not be denied. That is a brutal first half that they inflicted upon paiN. 11-1, showing no weakness. They will march into the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, a well-oiled machine ready to contend. It's just a matter of mopping up these last few rounds.
Nico jumps out of the window, just missed his opponent who got into the connector. And that's going to be his death sentence as Big Azera comes in to close out that kill on Nico. First kill in the pistol is paiN's, and that bomb is canceling its initial attack. It's coming back, and Mulbs in jungle. Oh, he did. I thought he was going to be required, but not even needed.
And now they're coming back to the B-bomb.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, well, that didn't go so well.
Oh, we no longer have our anchor point to rotate around to hold on to the bomb site, and G2's like, great.
Yeah, and universes that lose their anchor person do get destroyed. Now we have got the attack in towards this site. It's Snax looking to defend from the bomb site itself. Hunter with that first. Hunter with the follow-up. And it's all falling apart here for paiN. Even though they got the first kill, that's kind of it.
Knife?
That's all they had.
It's me.
And now they're trying to knife them. Monacy
it's
just
me.
embarrassing them now. It's 12-1. It is brutal. It is savage.
It is wrecked. You have to complete it if you go that far. If you go 2 out of 3, Dicko, you can't just leave us there hanging.
Exactly. I was trying to get involved with you, Jason. I was just trying to be interactive. I thought you would be excited to jump on such a famous statement.
But look, that's the attitude that G2's come into all these games with, and I absolutely love it. Just be as ruthless as possible. Who cares?
Tech 9s for paiN. Nico's just laughing that Monacy went for the knife.
He's doing that. He's doing that thing as like the old boomer of the team. Is just like, man, we're up 11-1. You don't got to do him like that. But it's also a little bit funny at the same time, and you can't fault the kid. He's having fun. He's destroying everything. Let him have a good time.
I'm just so much better than them. And now paiN begin to go to the B-bomb site. They begin to end. That's what it is. The beginning of the end for paiN in Cologne. And the beginning of G2's hunt for a back-to-back Cologne title. 3 players left here for paiN. Will do their best as they fight out towards the site. Monacy tracking them. He's running out of ammo. Might get a little awkward now as he goes to the sidearm instead, but not really. He's pretty comfortable with that even. And just Big Azera. For paiN, it is the end here in Cologne. And for G2, I am excited to see what they're going to do as they head into the Cathedral of Counter-Strike. The incumbent champions return to the playoffs, and they could be finding themselves back-to-back trophies because this team are looking very deadly.
Yeah, give me this level on the Lanxess stage. Man, is this team fun to watch. They've got so many dangerous pieces, and boy, has it come together so quickly.